Howdy folks, thought I'd make a fun little video and talk about all the sets that I've hyped over the years and bought, owned, and what happened to them. So I'll start with the ones I've sold. So I sold my precious Moondrop A8, and I'll tell you this much, right about now I've been kicking my own ass, because that was when Moondrop actually gave a shit. That was a handmade shell. It was fucking flawless. Almost worth having just for the I don't know, historical value, but also, like I said, it was a perfect example of a well-made, highly well-tuned IEM, and also the last Moondrop to ever have mid-bass. Fucking no shit. So yeah, I missed that. Probably shouldn't have sold it. God damn it. Yeah, because Moondrops these days are just basically trash tier. Not trash tier, I'm being very harsh. Look, if I use really harsh words, just laugh along with it. I tend to do that, make a point, but I'm not, they are clearly not trash tier. But right now they are, compared to what they were. Meh. So, yeah, these fucking 3D printed shells, fantastic, great, takes no talent. We got fucking the Dark Saber with the shell cracking, yeah, which is a tiny, thin shell. They don't, it's just, the build quality is nothing close to what it used to be. So I miss that sucker, man. God, that was really, honestly, I would say probably my most, like, best made, most technically competent in terms of the build IEM I've ever actually seen and owned. All right, next, the Sony XBA Z5, which I bought for I want to say about 420 bucks, and got it from Japan, so it's a real one for sure. Mint, though brand new. And so that's, you know, the last Sony 16mm dynamic driver IEM, and it also had three Sony BAs. And I mean, I kind of miss it, but I also kind of don't. I used it enough to know that as soon as my library gets into metal stuff and certain EDMs and things, it'll peak real hard in the treble. Okay, so I don't peak, wrong word. It has a lot of treble, and so too much for me. But also, I would say that they tuned so much mid bass into that, they probably could have done a wee bit less, but maybe to combat the treble, I don't know. It wasn't their best IEM ever, but very, very high level altogether, just not their best. The N3, the XBA N3, I think that's what it's called. Great tuning, similarly rather too detailed for me overall, but also the fit on that one just didn't work for me well. So for whatever reason, it kept falling out of my ears. Probably, this is a long time ago, so probably worked that out better now. But gone. Sold it. Then we got, let's see, I did sell one EJ07, but that was mostly because I don't need three, or I think I had four at one point. Two is good. So trying to think of anything else that matters that I hyped. Oh yeah, the Oxygen O2. Tantrum Oxygen. So, one of the best dynamic drivers that's come out, and also too much treble and actually a little bit too much mids for me. So that would be like probably, I don't know, maybe between 1 and 2K perhaps, but I remember that thing would smack me around for a while and I would fold, have to turn the volume down and down and down, and so yeah, it fatigued me enough over time after like 2-3 hours. I used to try and hike with it. I mean, it's a great like design, small and all that, but yeah, sold that. And it was it was one of the last black ones, so that sucks, but off to its new owner, who I do think enjoys it still to this day. And also, it came out right when Hawaii Bad Boy was hyping that stuff against like the DM6 and whatnot, Knos Pro, and so it was one of the OG sets. which is worth something these days. These fucking manufacturers change things and don't tell anybody. And so, yeah, selling off a little bit of rarity there. I don't think, Sony doesn't make the Z5 anymore. I think they still make the N3. Anyway, you could buy those though, one way or the other. So then what else do we got? We got, that's probably it for ones that people would care about that I sold. So the ones I have now, I'll tell you the one that I would just feel bad about, which is the Moondrop Variations. What, back in that day, it really blew my head off with the amount of detail retrieval and linear details, treble, but had a lot of it, and it had enough bass to be like fine. So I go back to that thing and I realize that was stupid of me. That thing sucks. It's entirely mid, if not worse. Just the dynamic driver is fucking horrible. Coherency is just the worst. It's like it's got ESTs, BAs, and then the dynamic driver is just this floppy, slow piece of shit. Ooh boy. So sorry about that one, folks. And I won't sell it because I don't do that to people. So I still have an Olina. Still love that sucker. It's fun. Very nice set. For what it is, I have no regrets about that one at all. I still have a Melee, White Bud Boy Melee, and small story on that. I didn't like it immediately and blew it off, and it just turns out it was just quality control. It's like the damper, the front damper wasn't stuck down, and you actually do need it stuck down like well. So mine was all dark sounding. It was more occluding the sound rather than properly mass loading the driver, if that makes sense. Anyway, nice set, man. I like it. I got my Dark Magician 1, which I love and is something I've been tuning towards, and I wish it had more bass. Then I have my Dark Magician 2, which was fucking horrible, and I retuned it. Now it's absolutely glorious, but it's in general the same IEM, just I hadn't tuned it. And so I love those. I got 2 RSVs, number 1, serial number 1, and 11. And yeah, god damn it, I love those. They're great. So if I had to nitpick, I could probably say something like, I wish it had more bass, but I'm not. Honestly, I love that IEM. It's just, tuning hits me so perfectly, almost my perfect head-related transfer function, so nope, no regrets on that one. And other than that, not really a whole lot going on there. Oh yeah, my EJ07M, I don't use it. It's too shouty. Gotta do something about that. And I haven't spent the time to do anything about it. But I still like it, but it's too shouty. But fixable. So, anyway, some thoughts, ramblings, and of course I have like 12 of my own planners, of which I'm starting to go back through and get rid of ones, like as in either retune them or resell them or something, because I have enough. 12 is just ridiculous. Partly though I was just using that for reference, but yeah. So, fun shit, and I'll talk to you on the next one.